podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 3, The Power Broker. And just that these episodes are good. The first two episodes were good. They had stupid little scenes. This one, not so much.
Yeah.
They do talk about a little bit of it, but it makes sense in the world that's happening. Instead of just some random cop harassing a black guy. Like that doesn't...
Yeah, exactly.
That's a false narrative that the world tries to push, and it doesn't happen. If you disappeared and you had to live in some crappy crime-ridden crap hole and your life was garbage, yeah, that's a life that would be garbage. It would make sense in this world.
Yeah, my goodness, there was so much stuff going on. You could have did like 2.5 episodes. This was so much.
There's a lot going on in this episode, and it's really cool. And I'm glad that they're keeping the high spy thriller aspect of Winter Soldier is throughout this series so far, and it's really good.
It reminds me of a spy thriller with like detectives trying to catch them.
Yeah.
Kinda like
So
how-
you have to go outside the lines a little bit. You got to help a bad guy to help a good guy to help a bad guy. And there's a lot of that going on. Well, is the bad guy really that bad? Are they doing the things? And did their ends justify the means? You have good guys doing things that are illegal. You have bad guys. Of course, bad guys do illegal things, but who's more illegal things worse?
But there's a thing too, but their agendas align. That's the problem.
Yeah,
so you're going to deal with some of that.
They're blurring the lines between both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, super cool. We open up with a commercial for the 5 years that you were missing. Well, it was difficult for everyone, but now you're back. You have to get your job back. You know, it's like one of those, like, you know, you think they're going to, like, do, like, a prescription for medicine or something, you know?
Right.
Oh, your life. So it's sort of like people, like, working together. You know, all those stupid stock images. So I guess this is the group that is bringing people back together, the GRC.
Yeah, exactly. Even build borders back. They have to do all that.
All that. And then it's called like something reset.
That's the global reintegration system or something. It shows like this super happy bringing them together, and then it shows like, yeah, they also have guys with guns because they're people that are helping out the new Captain America.
Yeah.
And so they are, they were where the bad guys were last time. The Flag Smashers, remember that guy's house? So that guy didn't die.
No.
Yeah, so his
So
family's still
they
dead.
do a raid on the guy's house, and they're talking. They got guns. Oh, what are you doing in my home? It's like, we know where you're harboring criminals. And of course, he only speaks wherever. Well, where was that place?
Was it German? Who's
was,
German?
Well, wasn't this in Poland?
I think Poland. I think he speaks German.
Speaking German. And so, like, of course, this Captain America doesn't know. He's like, oh, and translated the other guy's trying to talk to him. He's like, you heard the names. Do you know where they're at? I don't know what you're talking about. He says he doesn't know. And this is where he doesn't get very Captain America-ish. He's like, oh, that's a bunch of BS. But he actually says it. He says it the S word. So I'm like, hey, language. That's my Captain. My Captain America doesn't cuss. So he's like, then he gets up in this guy's face. Yeah. Do you know who I am? Captain America would never say that.
I know.
Steve would never say that.
Yeah, he lost some points in this episode.
And then he spits in his face and says, I think he says, I don't care.
It's like, I know who you are and I don't care who you are. But then he looks like he was going to freaking bash him with the shield.
But his friends are saying, no, you can't. What are you doing?
Yeah, then he goes, yeah, we're not going to get anything. You know, the leads are dried up. We're trying our best. And we get, and he's like, oh, I know that guy knows something. But it's almost like, what do you want to go torture him? Is that what you want to go do? Captain America?
You can't do that. You're Captain America now.
But this guy looks like he's going to
snap.
I got to do it, whatever it takes.
I have a feeling, two things I feel is going to happen. One, he's going to get his hands on the super serum. He's going to take it. Yep. And he's going to have a serious anger problem.
Here's the thing, too. This is like his first mission as Captain America, and he can't come back a failure. So he'll do whatever it takes
to win. Yep.
But again, that shield is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy is the shield. How did Steve carry it? How did Steve make it look so easy?
It was a lot of internal conflict.
How does Steve walk in a group of people, give a speech about giving it all and fighting for each other and doing whatever it takes, and it's like, my God, I'm following this guy to the gates of hell. How is it so easy for Steve?
But again, and also just in the small moments, how do you tell someone that ended up killing 30 or 40 people in a building, you did everything you could? And try to make that right.
And also, Steve would fail, and he would realize he'd fail, but then he'd get back up.
Yeah.
See, this guy doesn't understand this.
So yeah, it goes to show you, even though Steve made it look so easy, it wasn't easy.
No, it was not very. And that's what, again, and, you know, people will get mad at him, but Falcon didn't even want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So who's worse, the man that didn't even
tried?
He's trying. He's not doing a good job, but he's trying. Or the guy that didn't even want to try.
I was cool that his friend can speak German. That was
cool. Yeah, he's like, he's going to be like his buddy that can do everything.
Yeah.
Talk to this idiot for me. So we get back to Sam and Bucky, and so they're going to go talk to Zemo. because he's the only person who knows anything about super soldiers because he did the Winter Soldier program.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do kind of like this thing. He's like, hey, Sam, stay out here. I'll talk to Zemo. He's like, we'll both talk to him. He's like, you're an Avenger. He's the one I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
He'll talk to me because of the past and history that we have. So it's kind of like, hey, remember we both kind of worked for the Nazis? You know, it's kind of, hey,
Come on, you know.
come on.
Which was funny because they kind of both were dude because he's actually Russian is what
Yeah.
he is, right? At least in the movie term.
But he still worked for Hydra.
He still worked for Hydra. And then same with him, he was super soldier, but yet they brainwashed him for Hydra.
So he walks into his cell and he starts saying all the words that they would use to like get to control him. Like, that's so nasty. What an ass. What a horrible, awful thing to do.
I know.
And he's like, I'm not that person anymore. Oh, I just wanted to see how you would react to the old ways. Because I think he's still in there. I'm like, wow, Zemo, what a jerk.
He's a big jerk.
But much like Loki, you must be real desperate if you come to me.
Yeah.
So, same situation.
Exactly.
If you're talking to me, some stuff has gone down.
Yeah.
And he's like, super soldiers, they got him up and running again. And Zemo's like, yeah, I kind of figured they would start doing that again. Because Zemo doesn't like super soldiers.
No.
He doesn't like the idea. He
Of
wants
heroes.
He doesn't like heroes and like people that are advanced or technology. Like, he doesn't like any of that. You like just being who you are as a human should be enough.
Yeah.
It's a weird kind of like
Twisted kind of sense of like, I don't know, morals?
Humanity
and morals?
I almost feel like what he wants is, okay, if you're gonna make this leap, we all need to make the leap.
Yeah, not just like
one
you
person.
select
But
people.
if they do, then that's a point. Then
it's like if everyone makes the leap, then everyone evolve together. Not just one individual.
But once we're all super, then no one will be.
That's what he wants. He wants that war. Like, we're all good. Well,
But you know that's not going to be on the stage. It's going to be for a select few.
yes.
But then he's like, well, I can't do much from in here. And then he's like, so, then we get to the scene. Then he goes to Sam and Buck. And he's like, okay. They're like walking through some facility with a flashlight. He's like, we know we can't trust this guy. You know he's Hydra. Like, we don't want nothing to do this guy. And then, of course, Bucky's like, we got to. We have no choice.
And then he brings up the whole Wakanda thing. He's like, if we break him out, they're gonna.
He's like, do you think Wakanda forgot about that? He killed the king.
He killed the king.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, they're gonna want his ass, and they're not gonna care about extradition or any of that stuff.
And we're gonna be running from the law because we're gonna be broke a freaking high level.
But then I love how Winter Soldier. I was like, okay, what about hypothetical?
So, okay, listen to this. What about this? You know, he's not breaking down the idea about how you get him out. You start a fight. You get the people. You swap a costumes. Doing all those things. Like, we're not doing any of that. It's already happened.
It's already happened.
It already happened.
And then
so
here
funny.
comes Zemo just walking out.
He's like, hey, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, Sam, I didn't tell you because I knew you would try to stop me. We got him out. We got to get out of here. Yeah. So this is like his private car collection?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's such a Nazi thing.
Yeah, such a freaking bastard Nazi bullcrap. We're going to collect all the fine things in life.
Yeah.
And I love another scene, too, before they asked, so what are you reading? He goes, Machiavelli. And I thought that was so poignant in this episode because this is very Machiavelli.
But he didn't die. He didn't fake his death, though. But yeah.
No,
it's
but
like
it's Machiavelli
deception.
and the deception, the different, things, the levels of writing.
Yeah,
all the different things you can do to fool your enemies.
Yeah.
But so they got Zemo out, so now it's Buck, Zemo, and Sam.
Yeah, which is the weirdest combination of people.
He's like, okay, but he still has his connections, Zemo, which is pretty cool. So yeah, what did you think of the whole the whole prison fight scene? How it was like almost Ocean 11.
Yeah,
where it's like, once I do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and all the dominoes.
Yeah, because how would that happen? Because he gave him a piece of paper, and this other guy's gonna kill you. So he's like, well, I gotta fight him.
But then during the chaos, if someone got a guard's uniform, no one would be none the wiser. It's like they do all that stuff.
You turn on the fire alarm, everyone's gonna go away because they're gonna be everything on the chaos. You can escape. You know, all these like little.
I love all that all the little secret things they can do, which is, but you know, they end up doing. They end up getting him out of there. So now they are traveling with an ex-Hydra Nazi kind of guy, and then you have it's tenuous at best because you think. At any moment you give Zemo the ability to betray you, he's gonna do it, right?
He's gonna do it. Yeah. He's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it really bad.
Yeah, he's gonna betray you in a way that you die because he's not gonna want to leave you alive.
Yeah. And especially if you're an Avenger, he's not gonna like that either. He's gonna kill you just on principle.
Yeah.
So they get into his fancy car and they take off, and then he still has like a private jet. He still has a lot of his own.
No, Native said, how do you have the money for all this?
Secret.
All his assets?
My secret Swiss bank account.
I know, he has that like snobbish, like evil
Nazi guy.
Yeah,
he's almost wearing like kind of like a fur coat kind of going.
Looks good. I love
his outfit, it looks sick. I have to admit it.
Boy, if you want to affiliate with the Nazis, I like your style, but don't talk to me. It's like I like the way you look. I like the coat. It looks good.
He even has like this old butler, you know, this German butler.
Yeah, German butler that's like super like weird.
So they get into his jet, and I thought this was kind of funny. You know, the butler brings him a glass of champagne. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry if he's speaking German," and he's like, "Sorry if it's a little warm." He's like, "Oh, that's fine." And I try to find some food. It's like if the food isn't good, just give it to these guys. Ooh, they kind of laugh. And I'm like, "Screw you!"
They don't know what they're saying. It's makes it funny.
They're like, "What the hell, bro?" Then I guess Zemo got a hold of his little book.
Yeah, he like picked it up.
He's like, "Oh, these names look a little strange. I wonder what this is all about." Then
who's the
Buck is like, "Dude, don't go there. Don't go there."
He's like, well, he got it in his face.
Yeah.
He's
Like, "Huh? I bet you these are names of the people you wronged as a Winter Soldier. It's tough to try to make a good life after such a bad one." And then he just goes and just gets him by his throat. "Watch your damn mouth. You're done. You don't take another step in this direction," because he can just crush his windpipe and he'd be done. And then he's like, then they start talking about how it's like Steve, because that's the same exact book. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Because Falcon, Sam's like, "Hey, I know that book. That's the book that Steve would write in," and I would tell him all the things that he missed when he was on ice. And then he was going through some things and some music. They start talking like Marvin Gaye, I just love this because it's funny and it's true. Can a bad man be wrong? Or can a bad man be right? Yes. If a murderer tells you should brush your teeth and be nice to children, is he right or wrong?
No, he's right. He's talking about like the African.
Yeah, he's talking about Marvin Gaye. He's like, his music was the perfect emphasization of Black America, about how to be a young black man in America. His music spoke. And he looks at him and is like, "You damn Nazi bastard! I hate you, but he ain't wrong."
He ain't wrong, what he said.
Because a bad man can be right.
And it also shows you a side of Zemo that he is a fine.
He believes in the fine arts, regardless of where it comes from. But he's a piece of
shit.
Yeah.
I like how he's been holding his champagne. Yeah. He's like, look at me.
Like a rich, nasty Nazi bastard.
Yeah.
And then you Hydra. Oh man, I hate Hydra. But so yeah, I love that whole thing.
But even Sam warned him a little bit earlier. He's going to manipulate you. He's going to get under your skin.
Because he's kind of doing it. Yeah. Because that's what Zemo does.
Yeah.
And so you think he's going to do something poignant like, "Oh, I've been controlling this whole time. I don't even need those codes. I just made you guys do what I wanted you to do."
Yeah. But at the same time, there's some stuff that goes down where it's like, oh my goodness. But so now they're going to, he has some leads. There's some really kind of crime-ridden area thing they're going to some place that's like the modern day Pirate Cove.
Oh yeah, literally it's an island off of Indonesia, so it's like really shady.
Yeah, no laws. And then again, it looks like Cyberpunk 2077. So it just says like anyone can do anything. If you got the coin, you can get it done.
Yeah, it's Black Lagoon. Everybody's gonna show up any minute.
Yeah,
that's what it's like.
And everyone has a gun. Like literally everyone.
So that they're on their way there. We get back to the Flag Smasher people, and they're just kind of like, they're playing them up to be like super good guys.
Yeah.
So remember, they still all that medicine. They're actually giving it to sick people.
Yeah. So they're being like the modern day Robin Hood.
Yeah, so robbing the rich, giving it to the poor. So now they're really making this woman to be very sympathetic because she's literally at someone's bedside crying because they're dying. Like, she
even gave the vaccine, it still didn't matter.
Yeah, she still died.
Yep.
But so it's like, or what we're doing is even worth it, but you got to help people where you can. But do the ends justify the means? Because we have the Captain America, the new Captain America, who believes the ends justify the means. We have the Flag Smashers who believe the ends justify the means. Mm-hmm. So who's right, who is wrong?
And that's
even Zemo believes that.
And then and so far, what's so funny? The only one that doesn't is oddly enough is Sam.
Yeah,
is the only one that's kind of because even Winter Soldier kind of it can justify the means.
So they get to that island. I like they're kind of walking on a bridge, and now they have all their personas. Baron Zemo's Baron Zemo because that's who he is.
Winter
Soldier's Winter Soldier, and he has his arm showing. He has to be like that robot
We have to be that. Yeah.
And of course, Sam has to be like some African drug lord guy.
Yeah.
And like
Smiling Tiger.
The Smiling Tiger. He's like, I gotta have a stupid pimp name too. And he's like only an American would think a highly sophisticated African man would be a pimp. Yeah. Only an American would think that.
Which is funny because it's kind of like a little slap. But a little bit like.
He's like, that was my mini pimp slap.
I love the fact that he gave a picture that was mockable. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like him.
It's like, and also it's funny. They should give him sunglasses. That would have helped.
But it's nighttime.
I know. Still, it doesn't matter.
He ain't Corey Hart. He can't be wearing sunglasses at night.
Wear sunglasses at night. That makes it even cooler.
So a car pulls up. Like, yeah, guys, in character. 24 hours, 7 days a week. When we're here, you cannot break your character. This is an island full of killers, and if they sniff out any weakness or deception, they're gonna kill us.
Yeah. So if they have cops, you put them in quotation marks. They're not really cops.
Yeah, they're just enforcers. They're just heavies walking around.
Yeah.
So they get to the city, and it's a pretty cool looking city. All this is CGI. Mm-hmm. It looks fantastic. It looks phenomenal.
If you didn't tell me this is a Battle Angel Elite, I'd believe it.
It's
It
not
looks
Night
great.
City from Cyberpunk.
And also, it's crazy. I bet you all of this is CG. All of it. Like the backgrounds, everything.
Yeah.
That's how good but it still looks great.
So you see all these people, they're eating at, like, they're doing, like, you know, people trading weapons and people are eating. There's guys that look like they just got done killing someone and they're washing their hands.
They're like regular businesses have gun people. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking like restaurant just has like a gun guy sitting out there.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
So what's up with this monkey symbol?
It keeps seeing it everywhere.
It's even in the credits.
Yeah.
Is this the power broker symbol?
I think it might be.
Because there's a guy or a woman or a thing called the power broker. I am not versed in these villains, so I don't know how far deep or
The power broker.
These are like
is.
the super hardcore comic book.
So like, is he like a kingpin character?
Maybe.
Where he like runs a bunch of businesses and stuff, or is he like, does he have powers and stuff?
Is he like
Or she? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I wish it really was Kingpin. I love that character. He did
Yeah.
such a good job in Daredevil. Oh my goodness.
Seen such violence. He does such a good job.
Yeah, he does.
So they're like, hey, we're gonna go see this person I know. It's kind of on the low end, but she's connected enough to get us connections. And, you know, they kind of go into the club and they walk up to the bar, and it's very tenuous because, of course, Winter Soldier, he can play the part. Zemo is Zemo, but the only one who's kind of lacking is Sam. Because Sam's not a bad man.
No.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to play a bad dude.
Yeah.
So they belly up to the bar, and then the bartender kind of sees him like, hey, the White Tiger. He's like, oh, so the usual? He's like, yeah. You can tell he's like, it's not him.
Yeah, it's not him. He's like kind of.
And it's some like vodka tequila snake guts.
Yeah.
No, he pulls out a snake,
A live
cuts
snake.
his guts out, and then puts it in there.
It's almost like, did he get like the venom gland and just like throw it in there?
Because no, he's supposed to be like this African drug lord guy, so he probably believes in some hoodoo voodoo
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
gives him power.
Or just thinks it's cool.
Or he's just this huge fan of Snake Eater.
Yes.
Like he's like has to live it every day. of his life.
He's a big boss fan.
He's a huge big boss fan. So he makes the
boss.
drink. Zemo, like a champ, he drink anything. Boom, just downs it. Then Sam's kind of like hesitating.
Don't even hesitate.
Yeah, he hesitated. I'm like, dude, if anyone was really paying attention, you'd have been done.
Even that bartender's looking at him like, really, dude, really? Like, he's looking at him like, ugh.
Know what I love most about this whole scene is as they're walking by people, he's saying Winter Soldier's name and he's saying it like, oh, that's so that, and everyone's like, oh, Winter Soldier, oh my god, it's Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And like, we should get a haircut because he used to have the long hair, but he just looks like that. So some dude's coming up, like, probably to test him.
Yeah.
And Zemo knows he's gonna hit him. He goes, right
Attack.
here,
Attack.
He is effing dudes up. He's flipping guys, hitting them, they're flying through poles, and then everyone's like, okay, that's real Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That's not some fake guy who's not the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real arm and everything.
He's busting up all these guys, and then the guy's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
you
We
got
can-
your meeting.
you
At
got
the
your
end, like
meeting, yeah.
before they were gonna give him to him, he goes, Zemo, you're on the outs right now. They don't
He's like,
want
yeah,
to
we don't
meet
want you. He's like, well, because the power broker doesn't like you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm not here to see him. I want to talk to that other lady. I forgot
And
her
then,
name
and then
was.
we'll go, and then we'll be done.
Yeah. So danger to that's when that guy came up to attack. So Zemo's like, okay, we don't want Power Broker on our ass because he's too strong for us.
Yeah.
If we stay under the radar, it'll be fine. So they get their meeting with the lady they want. They sit down and she's like, oh, Baron. I like the way they talk to each other. Oh, last time I checked, you're supposed to be rotting away in a jail cell.
In Germany.
Oh, people like you and me always find our ways
Find
out.
ways out.
I was like how Winter Soldier's just standing there, like waiting for his
Find the
next
bar.
kill order.
And then like, oh, Smiling Tiger, I thought you were shorter.
Yeah, you're taller than I, and then he just kind of gives her like that.
Oh, Sam, you're just not. You're
Terrible, terrible.
Not a good actor. Not a good actor. He's just not in this situation. He's just not.
No.
So they're talking back and forth. She's like, I need to know about the super soldier serum. About, where I got it. She's like, oh, I know exactly where it is. I know the doctor that's working on it and everything. Then they're trying to, it's like, but I'm not giving you any more information. If you want the big information about where this is, you got to offer me something. It's like, hey, you tell me where this doctor is, you get this guy.
And you get
I'll
the
give you the
codes.
Winter Soldier and I'll give you the codes to control him. She's like, ooh, because you got him. You can send him after just about anybody.
He'll be the assassin of the freaking the whole thing. That
Yeah,
everyone
especially
can
be like
remember.
some local thugs. Oh yeah.
I got a feeling that Zemo didn't tell these guys the plan because, Sam's like, what the F? You can't just, do that. Like, how are we going to get out of this
That's the thing,
situation?
but Winter Soldier doesn't even flinch. Like, he didn't want to do it, but he's like, yeah, he's staying in character.
Yeah, because he can do that.
Yeah.
Dead man stare.
Yeah.
So they're talking and everything, and they're trying to, back and forth, and she's talking to Smiling Tiger, and he's trying to, play the part. His fucking phone rings.
Sam,
His
turn your
effing...
phone
And he doesn't even click
And it's so funny, and Zemo would probably look at him like, that was the basics. Why would you leave your phone on? How stupid do you have to be?
And I'm like, oh.
And then he doesn't answer, and then now she's like, oh, I want to hear it now.
Yeah,
Took
and-
too
put on
long.
speaker.
Put on speaker, and I hear who's calling, so I'm like, oh, God, it's his sister. Oh, God.
So he has to pretend to be this hard A
Yeah.
with his sister.
And then she she's we have to talk about the situation. What situation is that? The only one that matters. So it sounds like it could be a real conversation that he could really be having with someone. And then he's like, oh, that happened at the bank. Well, I'm going to have that banker killed. And she's thinking, what the hell, Sam? Like, what are you even talking about?
And then,
but it almost works.
It almost works.
Then she's like talking to her kids. Hey, why are you guys fighting over those Cheerios? Like, oh, God. And then she goes, I got to talk to you later, Sam. Oh, God.
Like, Sam.
And then she's like, Sam, who's this? And then that's it.
Kill him.
Like he said, one little mess up, guys. This is going to go
sideways. But right at that moment,
a sniper takes her out. Boom.
Boom. She's dead.
I'm like, I wasn't Zemo or Winter Soldier. Then the fight's on. They're beating up dudes and like, who the hell saved his ass?
And literally, Zemo's like, drop all our weapons.
We gotta get out. We have to get the hell out of here. Yeah. Everyone's cell phone's blowing up. What's her face has been killed. Freaking, what would it say? It was like an $80,000 bounty or something.
Something crazy for all.
So
of them.
Everyone's getting the heads up, and Zemo's like, "We get the fast walk." He's like,
"It might as well be 80,000 woolongs." Okay, it just has that kind of feel.
Just keep going, keep
moving.
Everyone starts shooting.
Then it's like, okay, it's on. Every thug who has a weapon is gonna try to take these guys out, but they didn't realize that's a Winter Soldier. They ain't no regular guy. So they're getting shot at, and freaking Zemo just goes his own way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna betray them. This is where he's gonna betray him. They're running off. Then they run into some dudes. Said Sam and Bucky run into some dudes. They get shot down. They're like, how the hell did this go down? Boom! Freaking what's her face? Peggy Carter's granddaughter. What was her name?
She was in the Winter Soldier.
It's not Sarah, but it's.
She has the sticks.
But she was in the movie too. I don't know if she's Songbird. That would suck because the lady who played Kelly in Orville was Songbird.
Yeah.
Because
I thought for sure Songbird had sticks. The things. But she saved her butts. So because we haven't seen her since Civil War.
Yeah.
And she was part of the team that went and stole the wings and stole the shield for Sam and Steve.
So they could fight to get to that jet to go where he was.
But she never got caught, so she's been hiding out on this place this whole time. So now she's been living like the vigilante.
So funny, it's almost the same name as the one from Black Little Madripoor. It almost has that same name. Like it might as well be the place.
So they got saved by them. Zemo went and got a car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he came back. So like, okay, good. Like,
so it's kind of weird that like every time in this episode, every time he think he's gonna do something, he actually.
But I think he needs them. That's why.
They need each other. Because he doesn't like super soldiers either.
Yeah. No, he hates them.
He wants to take them out as bad as they do. Yeah. So we have again another situation. Like, can we trust Zemo? Is Zemo a trustworthy guy?
Yeah. It's one of those things. Do you trust a murderer? Oh,
yeah. Well, at this moment, I guess you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So they get back together and they're going to go with what's her face. So she has a place because she's been here for a while. She has a place uptown. Yeah. So she has a nice place because downtown was like the freaking slums, cyber slums.
But even the uptown, they'll still kill you. I mean, there's no.
But
it just looks nicer.
They'll do it in a nicer way.
Exactly.
You saw those two guys with those machine guns, like at the door, like yeah.
So they get back to her place and then she has a bunch of stolen art. That's how she's surviving. She's stealing art, stealing things, and these are the originals. And I guess everything that's in the museums are fake.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because like Sam's like, okay, I get it, guys. I'm the one that's naive about the world. Yeah. He's like, no, it's not.
That's not real. No, that's not real. No, Zemo's no. These are all real. These are real.
These are like authentic. It's again, Zemo, you little jerk. He's just so perfect about that.
Oh, so this life here has been pretty good to you, and I guess because it's like a nice, like a high end, like Manhattan type apartment. Yeah. But then she comes back with basically living on the run. Yeah. I can't talk to my family. I have nothing.
I haven't talked to my
dad.
And
I did it to save you guys. And again, she doesn't like Zemo because she's like, I got that shield and those wings to save you, to save him, to kill him who's trying to but now you're all working together? What the hell did I sacrifice all this for?
Yeah, I know. Well.
So she has a point.
And she has a little bit of jaded because
she's jaded as hell.
Jaded as heck.
Yeah, because if she would have got caught, she would be okay now. But she didn't.
Then she starts talking about, so how that new Captain America, how's he doing? Then Buck's like, don't get me started. Oh, I thought you'd be all about that star-spangled stripe bullshit. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the worst part of the episode.
Yeah. But can you blame her? She's lived a pretty horrific life. Fought for what? To see Zemo free?
That's true.
I still... But you're Peggy's granddaughter. Like, she taught you better than that.
Didn't you love Steve?
Yeah.
Oh,
so maybe she felt betrayed because she went back with her grandmother.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But it was so funny. Maybe it was like self-fulfilling. Maybe you are really the granddaughter of Steve Rogers.
It's gross. You made up with your grandpapa.
You made up with your grandpapa.
Like Fry.
Yeah.
So we have that whole situation. That's the closest this episode really gets to
So, like,
SJW.
yeah.
So it's not too bad because she's like,
But then you can see where she's coming from too, like you said. Even
it
though
makes sense in the world. See, it
World.
doesn't pull you out of this world to say this is what it's like in real
Yeah,
life.
she's not in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, she's in a pretty bad situation.
Yeah.
So we have that whole situation, and she knows the doctor guy who's been running the
building
super. She's like, okay, they're like, we have a name. He gives the name, and some doctor guy. She's like, okay, I know how to get to this dude. I can do some numbers, push some things around. You guys can stay here the night. Then we'll find out where this guy is. So I'm like, okay, now they have a plan. I thought for a second, is she gonna turn him in? I thought that a couple of times.
That part where it shows like, oh, enter this oil like tanker thing, and it's like,
So they stay there, and they're like, okay, they're kind of talking. Then they have to go.
well, they go to like a party.
They go to a club.
Yeah, for like a little bit.
Zemo doing his little club dance is the coolest thing in the world. He's like, oh, got my moves. I may have been in jail for a long time, but it doesn't mean I need
Or
to
he's
stop
just so glad to
dancing.
be out of jail, he could be himself now.
Yeah.
So they like go to a club,
It's
and then
so
she's meeting
weird.
with people. She's like, okay, I got the
Yeah.
information. So we get that weird club scene. It's
I
funny.
know, and they have some art there too, and he's all looking at it like, oh yeah, this is so refined.
Oh my gosh, it's just so weird. Like,
So this doctor guy is at some shipping yard.
yeah.
So there's a bunch of shipping containers. Like, yeah, it's container number like 1873. Once you guys are done, let's get out of here. She walks away. I'm thinking, oh my god, is she selling them out?
Because it just looks empty, and I'm like, that thing shuts. They're two humans.
But I love this detail because it's a tactical thing, and Bucky would know this. He stays at the door. He's
Just
like
in
leaning
case.
against the door. He's like, no one's shutting this door on us. And then Zemo goes and looks at his hidden panel, and it goes further down. And he didn't leave that door until they were already going
Okay,
down.
so there's something down here now.
And also, if you notice too, I think his metal arm was
that-
against the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
she
you
said-
could-
was
just in
shut,
case
you
this
could-
is a double stab in the back here. You
Yeah,
know?
I could just push that.
No
thing open.
backstab from her.
Yeah,
No.
which is good. Which is good.
So they get down there and they like, again, what I love the music in this show.
Oh my!
It's
gosh,
subtle, but it's
amazing.
good.
It's subtle. So some guys down there listening to music. I'm like, what is he? A robot? Is it? It's just some dude. And they go down there, guns drawn. They pull the thing off the record, and he sees Sam. He's like, well, who are you? What do you want? We need to know about the super soldier serum. And he's like, well, I'm not telling you anything. He turns and he sees Bucky. He's like, yeah, I know you know who that is. Then he sees Zemo. I know you know who that is.
Yeah.
He's like, you know we're down bitch. He's like, oh,
And Zemo has that look on his face like, yeah, I want you. I
He
want
wants
you.
to slit this dude's
He's
throat
so
without
bad,
him
so
even
bad.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they got their guy, and they sit him down, and he's like, okay, let us know what you want. I ain't telling you nothing.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. He puts a gun to his head, so it's a little hot, too. So it's like,
burning, yeah.
So, okay. Make me a better offer. So the offer is I'm not going to blow your damn brains
Yeah,
out.
I'm not gonna kill you.
So he starts to give up what he was doing. So he was the guy that they were trying to recreate the super soldier program, but after everything with Hydra went down, the CIA took him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they had some semi-stable blood, which would have been from Isaiah. When they
Isaiah.
made like a
Yeah.
semi-Captain
And
America.
Sam just looks at the Winter Soldier and he's like, yeah, I know.
And he just calls him a test subject. He wasn't even a person to
It
him.
wasn't a person.
But that's
which
what the
kind of
sci-
hurt him, like personally. 'cause
But
it's
that's
like,
what scientists do.
Yeah.
You're just a subject. You're just a number.
See, but when you lose your emotions and feelings, that's when you become like that.
So
Yeah.
it was like I was able to stabilize it and make new. And I was making leaps and bounds. Then he got dusted in the snap.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it the blip because it makes no sense why you would call it that.
And then when he came back, they're like, "Oh, we canceled all this."
So then he's like, the power broker set me up with the thing, my old work, and I got it
And
completed.
during those, Zemo's just looking around, looking for something, and he grabs a gun. He's
yeah,
like,
he finds a gun under the table.
And then again, kind of the audacity of this guy is like, "Oh, I made it better.
Yeah,
I made it perfected."
but that's what scientists like this
And
do.
then of course he says that Iron
Dude.
was a god.
And
I'm
then
like,
at this
"Oh my
point, you're like,
gosh."
your Zemo's right here. Shut the hell up. Zemo's not gonna want to hear this.
But at the
Shut
same
up.
time, it's like, F you, I don't care. I already made my thing. You can kill me a million times. It's still out there. I did it.
And the interesting part is, like we were saying in the episode, he made it so well it doesn't change you physically.
Yeah, how Steve got bigger.
Yeah.
This one, it's like your muscle fibers and everything, but without changing your outward appearance.
So it would be weird. So if you were like a bigger guy, like a fatter guy, it wouldn't change that, but you'd be super strong.
But again, you'd want that if you're fighting a war, but necessarily if you want to be undercover,
Yeah.
you
Yes,
want to look
that's why.
small.
you want
you don't-
super soldiers everywhere.
You don't want a bunch of Steve Rogers, big old buff,
yeah.
buff dudes running around.
Speak for yourself, darling.
Oh
I'd
my
love a
God.
house full of Steve Rogers.
Just-
Oh my.
Oh my.
So then she's like, guys, hurry it up. We got company. So she's there helping them. Like, oh god, she didn't set him up.
And she's finding these guys.
Which I do like this fight scene because as much as you can think more like the 105-pound girl beats all the guys. She's taking these guys out one at a time. And it's a fight. She's getting slammed around.
Yeah.
She's getting hit, but she's getting knives and guns. She's killing these guys.
And she's kind of sneakily doing it sometimes. Like they go around corners and she'll get him real
Yeah,
quick.
and she's not like and doing like ninja kicks and knocking him out. She's doing locks and holds.
And
and
she's also hitting them in their vital points. with that knife. She's got a big old hunting
and
knife.
then she also has those like sticks.
So
those,
that's what
like,
makes you think maybe
sticks.
she's.
But which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So she's fighting guys out there. They're still talking to the guy, and he's like, "Well, they're like, how much did you make?" He made 20 vials. Okay, but she stole them all. So that Flag Smasher lady stole the secret soldier serum, powered up her dudes, but the power broker paid for that. That's why the power broker's after her.
And that's why that text message is like, I'm going to come after you and kill
She
you.
goes, yeah, she even contacted me because there's just people with these diseases and she wants me to help out. But I don't think this guy cares about that.
No, he's like, not my problem.
That's not my barn, my field, or whatever.
Yeah, he said, not my pig, not my farm. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that during this fight scene, you see she has a cut on her face, a bruise. Yeah, because she's getting kind of beat up too. I love that. I hate it when, even they do it a lot with the guys, but even with the women, they come out perfect.
Yeah.
No, you're fighting these guys aren't like soldiers, but they're thugs, and they
They're
probably
thugs.
kill people too.
And in fact, she's a woman and these are guys. That's gonna be.
And she's been trained by Shield. She's been trained, so she has abilities. So they're getting to the point to where they're gonna like kill this guy because Zemo's not liking any more of this talk, and like they asked him, "Is there any more of the serum here?" And he's like, "No." He's lying. I know he's freaking lying. But even Bucky looks at him like, "You're lying to me, dude. I'm gonna freaking get my robo arm and freaking rip your freaking spine out." So then they're running out of time because they know that they're down there, and it gets rocked with like a rocket. The guy, it's a weird thing. I only saw it for a second. It's like one of those ones where you put the rocket in a rifle and you have a special blank that shoots the rocket. It's like literally a rocket propelled grenade. Hits the thing. Boom! It blows up. It's all in chaos, and that's when Zemo takes him out. He just kills him.
Oh, he just go boom, boom, boom with his gun.
Like, there you go. Now no one else can get this serum going, and then once this place gets all destroyed, they're not gonna have the.
Sounds like, what are you doing? But at the point, Zemo has a point. You can't let this serum get out.
Yeah, and he's afraid that if this person lives, even if he gets captured by like the government, any government
is going
to start it up again. Because who's going to sit there and say, if Russia gets them, they're going to start it.
They don't care.
Everyone's going to start it up.
So, boom! Things blow up. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" You see Zemo get up and run away. Oh crap! This is again. I thought again. Damn, this is where he's gonna betray them. Even says like, "Did anyone see Zemo?" And they're like, "Man, we have to get out of here." Winter Soldier's trying to get up. He's all dazed, and they're like, "Okay, now they're gonna have a firefight on their hands."
Yeah.
So they have their pistols. They get out there, and then we get just kind of like an action movie gunfight.
Gun fight, yeah.
They're shooting dudes. Sam and Buck are still sniping at each other. I said go left. I did go left. I meant the left from when we turned out of them because he went the other way.
Because everyone says on the movie, and the other girl's like, "Why are you guys fighting right now? It's not the time for this."
And then they ran out of ammo, which
never happens in the movie.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, "What the freak?" And then we get
Zemo has his mask on, starts shooting dudes, jumps down there, and he starts whooping ass. I'm like, he had an opportunity to leave and he didn't. He came back and saved him.
Because I think he still needs them.
I love the Zemo mask.
Yeah.
Even though you're like a Nazi bastard, I think it's a cool look.
Well, also, you know what's funny too? I think why does he not wear it all the time? But then I realized, is it because he hates symbols and he knows that's a symbol?
Yeah, could
so
be.
it's like he's kind of admitting to his own fault of like.
Yeah.
But the jacket, the purple mask, it's a cool freaking look.
What a cool modern look for this character.
That classic character.
For the Baron.
Yeah, but it's just so sad that if anyone cosplays it, they're going to be like, "Oh, well."
Well, that's the character. So he starts shooting those dudes, and then he runs off. I'm like, oh god, he's gonna leave again. They keep tricking me. Then he's like, oh, he opens up one of the things, and he's like, oh god, did he find something like a weapon or something like that? No, he just found like a really nice car.
No, like he knew that was a nice car.
Yeah, like he pulls up, and he's like, it's supercharged. And then like, guys, we our next person, we have to go find the next lead. They get in, they're talking to Sharon.
Sharon, that was her
Sharon
name.
Carter.
Want to go with this? And they go, "No, I can't. I'm still wanted."
He's like, but hey, you promised me you're gonna clear my name. Do that
clear.
so I can go back home.
Yeah.
Shake hands, and well, okay, Sharon's still in she's gonna still stay in this town.
Yeah, this island, yeah.
But she goes and talks to a lady, and she has her own super fancy car. Who the hell is this person?
You know what would be funny? Is she technically...
Is she the power broker?
She could be the power broker.
Is she the power broker?
That would be awful.
But why would she tell those girls that you're gonna kill them? But again, they're super soldiers, so maybe she's trying to stop that problem. Dude,
we're talking Mass Effect Shadow Broker stuff here.
Yeah.
Where the Shadow Broker isn't just like one person.
It's maybe multiple.
And then you do it from the shadows, and the person who's like the good guy is the bad guy. But she does it to keep it going because if there was a power vacuum, it would be murder.
That whole island would just like sink.
So she keeps it going because she kind of has to.
Yeah, maybe
that's just my wild, crazy theory. Yeah. Because who's this lady in this fancy car?
And the thing is, she looks like a limousine driver. You open the door for her, like, that's weird.
Or is she going to the not shadow broker? She's going to the broker. Like that person's like taking.
And she knows him,
or
him, or
it, or a computer. I don't know what it is.
So they're going to Latveria. That's where they ended up. That's where the Age of Ultron. And he's like, I have a place there. And again, Zemo being the biggest ass on the planet. Oh, have you guys gone to the memorial that's here? Because what happened, what they did when they dropped that whole island and killed those people. But of course you haven't. Why would you?
Yeah.
What an
You
asshole!
just gotta say those little
He's
things.
got to send those digs in there. And also we get this really interesting scene where those two super soldier people are talking like, what they would have been.
They're past, and like
Yeah.
the guy's like, I was looking for a way out. I was gonna join the military, but the people, because they live there in that island of like murderers and stuff. And she's like, I wanted to be a teacher, but I have to help people, and I wasn't going to be able to do it as a teacher. Then I saw that serum, and it gave us an opportunity to do what we really wanted to really help the people.
Yeah, and then
So
it's
so you're really feeling bad for the lady.
yeah. Okay.
So I guess they're casing the joint. They're going to do something with this place.
Yeah.
She goes, I wanted to be a teacher, like you said. Yeah, so it's like,
And-
you think, maybe she is a sweet person. Maybe she wants to.
And this
like,
guy goes, once we're done helping all these people, maybe you can go back and be a teacher. And she's like, oh, yeah. And you can tell, like, no, she's not going to be able to do
No,
that.
there's no.
No.
Because I'm thinking they're doing too much of a job to try to make this lady sympathetic.
Yeah.
But she's really not.
No.
We get back again. I forgot about Captain America.
Yeah.
So he's at the prison where Zemo broke out.
So he had the same idea.
And he's
but
like,
just-
so you're telling me James Barnes and Sam Wilson were here? Oh, but you can't think they were part of this breakout. And he's like, oh, no, of course not. And then he's walking away. Of course they're the ones that did this. He's not wrong.
he's not wrong.
He's
He's
not
wrong.
wrong.
But again, though, it's funny though. He had the same idea. Here's gonna talk to him.
Because he goes, our lead's right up. Oh, there's lead's right up. They had to get someone that could get him a lead.
So then the guy's like, we can't be accusing them of things that we have no evidence of.
Yeah.
But this Captain America's like, I know it's right. I know they did this. I know they broke him
and
out.
you could tell his friend's starting to already see, dude, it's letting a gun to your head.
It's getting too much
It's
for
getting
you.
to you, yeah.
It's tough.
He's not wrong, but still, dude, you don't know that for a fact.
So now they're on their way to Latveria. They're in his private jet, and Sam and Buck are talking. And this is the where they're talking about all the crap that happened to Isaiah. And he's like, how many people have to be steamrolled for that hunk of metal, for that shield?
Yeah.
How many bad things have to happen? Then Bucky's like, that shield means a lot to a lot of people. It's a symbol. And he's like, you messed up. He's like, yeah, I shouldn't have given it away. I should have destroyed it. And then I love this because I agree with Bucky. Here, he's like, before you go destroying that shield means a lot to me, and I'm gonna take it. Before you destroy it, I'm taking it.
That's the
so
only
he's like challenging him.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you're gonna have to take me out.
Yeah.
And then, which is funny because that's kind of what Zemo wants Sam kind of to do, anyways. Because he doesn't
Destroy that symbol.
Yeah, destroy the symbol. I don't want heroes. I don't want that kind
It's
of
like,
stuff.
yeah,
You can
because
hear
Red
Symbol-
Skull was a symbol.
And he has a look on his face like, I got something I can kind of explain now.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's driving a further wedge.
Because-
will it bring them together? We'll find out.
But the thing is, Captain America is more than a symbol. He's more than a man. He's more than a martyr. It's more than it's a spirit inside of you. And just like in Civil War, when Captain gave the orders not to do that, and then he's like, well, I can't because Captain America told me not to.
that was awesome.
Because, and in that moment, that man was Captain America. I love that. I truly believe with all my heart and soul, you stand up for the good and the righteous, you're Captain America.
Yep.
But this is a wedge. And Zemo,
Yeah.
like you said,
He's not looking. He has that look like,
if he had a big old mustache, he'd be twirling it right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna get real interesting. That's all I know.
Because Sam needs to realize you have to take it, Sam. It's yours. You have to take it.
You
That's
have.
all.
If I know you keep saying all these things, then take it and you make it better.
Yeah,
Because this other guy ain't doing it.
No.
He's failing.
he's failing.
He's lost some points to me on this one. Like, he's starting to crack like bad.
So then we get back to the Flag Smashers, and we see they beat up all those guards. That place they were
And
thinking.
they tied them all up.
They tie him up. No, you filthy Flag Smashers. She is right. She's like, you had food here enough for 6 months for people, and you have it locked up, and you're not giving it to the people.
Yeah.
So we're taking it from you. I don't agree with hurting people, but they shouldn't be hoarding food
No,
like that.
yeah.
Food
Yeah.
and medicine, and you can literally see that it's food and medicine.
Yeah.
So they load up the truck and everything, and okay, they tied him up. Okay, they're gonna get out of there. They get into the car.
And she said, "Go."
She's talking to that other guy, and she's like, put your seatbelt on. He's like, we're super soldiers, not put on seatbelts. Car bomb goes off. He's like, holy crap, those guards are still in there. And then she looks at him, and he's like, well, they basically tell him they don't deserve to live.
Yeah,
And then he's like, Ayy!
Which was funny because, like I said, in the very beginning, in the first episode, you think, oh, this guy's gonna be the bad guy, and she's gonna be kind of more. No, it was her. It was her all
like
along.
what you were saying, if any time you take super server, it's gonna bring out the worst or the best out of you.
And again, she has a lot of
Anger
and
resentment.
and sadness, and that's making her do this.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
You killed those men.
For no
Those men were
reason.
no threat to us.
Some of those men were, of course, part of the military-industrial complex. But how many people in the world were just like janitors and stuff?
Or just privates.
Or people that worked the phones.
Or also in his story, could you imagine? He said he was going to join a military type thing. That could have been him.
But she doesn't care. because what they did.
I think her thing about the teacher, it's all BS. She knows she can't go back. She's just reminiscing. Oh, I would love to do that, but she can't.
So again, all sympathy I have for this woman went out the window.
Well, that was
she
the
killed
point.
innocent people.
They set her up to be too good.
Yeah. So if you sympathize with this woman, you're an awful person.
Yeah, you can't now.
Then they get down. Then we get to Sam and Buck and Zemo. They land. They're gonna go to. I guess Zemo just has houses all over the freaking world.
Yeah.
And that's when he starts talking about the memorial they have there for the people who died, and like you're not gonna go because you're a jerk. But Buck's like, hey, I'm gonna go for a walk, guys. You cool, man? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go for a little walk. I'm like, oh god, what's going on? What's happening?
And then he finds like these.
He finds like a marble, but it has like all these little symbols on it. I'm like, what the hell's that? Can't believe I don't remember. Picks one off the ground, walks over, sees another one, pulls another one.
One was a silver, one was a black marble.
Yeah, because they're all like they have these little symbols on them. I'm like, are they being tracked or traced or whatever? Gets into like an alleyway. You dropped something, and I picked him up for you so you can come and get him. I'm like, who is it? Who is it? He's looking around, turns around. It's the queen of the guard, the captain of the guard lady from Wakanda.
Yeah.
She's like, you have Zemo, give him to us. I'm like, this is gonna be bad.
And what did Sam say at the very beginning? They're not gonna just let this guy walk around.
And remember, those are those little marbles that Black Panther would use and throw them out, and they shut down all those cars. So yeah, those are those little things.
Yeah, I forgot. But here's what's so funny about that, because the thing, even though they're way in Wakanda and they knew where Zemo got out, they found out. That's something.
In a matter of like days.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's one of the things, like Captain America promised that there would be justice, and he was going to get life in prison. That was the justice. Now he's out of prison. We're going to do some Wakanda justice.
And you think Wakanda's going to care that, the fact that they're making super soldiers? They're not going to care about all that. They just want Zemo. They don't
because
care
he
about
killed
that.
their king.
Yeah.
So now we have that problem.
So it looks like it's funny for them trying to solve one problem, they're making tons of other problems.
This is espionage at its finest.
Yeah.
I love it.
Suspense thriller. I love every minute of it.
Well, once I'm done sleeping with my homeboy, you can have him. Like, that's what they have to do, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they stop this super zero thing, Wakanda.
Or they're gonna have to put him back in jail, and it's like, do this for your own safety.
Yeah, but then they're gonna say, what if you need him for something else? You gonna let him out again?
But what does Zemo think's gonna happen after all this? They're gonna just let him live.
He has his end game. He's gonna sneak away.
So yeah, what a great episode, with only a little bit of SJW, just a tiny little bit.
But this wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad because it made sense in the world that it was happening.
Yes. And this really could have been 2 episodes. It had so much stuff in it, but
we're just going on and on. I mean,
This is a cool freaking show.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's better than WandaVision.
Oh yeah, it's got me way more.
Put WandaVision on the water.
The thing is, it's so sad is that WandaVision should not have been the first show.
No,
that should have been the 3rd or 4th show. This should have been the first show.
So when did WandaVision happen at the same time this happened?
Yes.
No. WandaVision happened 2 weeks after the thing, and this happened months after the blip, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah,
2 months after.
So, yeah, do you think Sharon's going to come back in the series? Do you think she has something to do with the power broker? What's Wakanda going to do? Because I'm pretty sure they can't just be like, oh, we're using him for a mission, we're putting him back in jail. They're going to be like, nah.
That's how you do a cool intro to a character. Not the crap they did in WandaVision. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me someone special. It was me.
It was no one.
Paul, you idiot. It's just thinking freaking, because he was going to be acting with himself. That was the joke. Because the 2 visions.
Yeah.
That was his, there's a character I've been wanting to work with since the beginning, and it was himself.
That's so dumb.
Paul Bentley, you're an idiot.
I mean, I like that actor, but that was
so stupid. But yeah, I love how they've been keeping a lot of the stuff under wraps. So, super cool. Can't wait for next week.
Yeah, there's only 3 more episodes.
3 more episodes, but again, though, if we get episodes like this is
tight.
great.
This is a tight, well-conceived world building.
We're almost getting like a movie quality.
Oh, it's
series.
all movies. It is
like meaning like you could break up like these 3
This
episodes.
could be like a trilogy of movies.
Yeah, movies.
And you have Sam and you have Winter Soldier working so well together. Those 2 actors are just weaving.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan, and he just does a great job of like being a broken man.
Yeah.
He does such a good job at that. I'm trying my best to make it good, but I'm still hurting people.
Yeah.
I'm still hurting people. But is it how many people do I have to hurt before it gets good?
You know, so far he hasn't killed anyone.
Well, he slammed those dudes around in that bar.
Yeah, but he shoved that pipe in that one guy.
Yeah, he put a pipe in him.
But he didn't kill him.
Oh, yeah.
He made him.
I make sure I went this way instead of this way.
Yeah, because I could have got you in the heart, but I got you in the shoulder.
You're going to bleed out, but I didn't really kill you.
Yeah.
You can still get somewhere.
But yeah, I can't see, again, when does Sam get the shield? Does he not get it to the very end, you think?
He might not get it
I
to the
bet
end.
you the very last scene in the show is him in the Captain America Falcon uniform.
I think so.
The red, white, and blue, and he comes out and he has
cool.
the white mask and everything.
I think so. I think you're not going to get him with the shield.
But I don't see, like you said, how Zemo gets away from Wakanda. I don't care how slick you are. They're gonna hunt you down like a dog.
But maybe that's his punishment. That he's gonna constantly have to live in.
Maybe they put him in jail in Wakanda.
Yeah, that could work too.
Yeah, better than death.
Man, I don't know, but definitely you can. A lot of strings are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you start tying them together, and we can see where this is all going.
Well, it's a beautiful tapestry.
Yeah,
so far.
so far it's
Oh,
been pretty dang
gosh.
good.
It's been really good.